or you're just going to...
Yeah, no, I did put something on
good idea. Yeah, I forgot to bring it, but I brought sunglasses just in case I was facing the sun. But from here, I can actually avoid it, which is great.
Yeah, I think I got some stuff now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good call.
Yeah.
It's pretty high. Yeah, that's good. You done another game this week or first one? Good afternoon from the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre, where the round 2 NPL Men's New South Wales Match of the Round pits two of the title favourites in Rockdale Ilinden against the Marconi Stallions. Yes, it's a match that's been billed in many ways as an early season showdown between two of the top marksmen in National Premier League football across the country, in Alec Urushevsky and James Temelkovsky, two strikers who bagged 27 goals for their respective clubs last season. And this one promises to be an absolute beauty. Tony Tanous with you here, live and exclusive on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. A pleasure to have your company. It's a warm one here in Rockdale, but this is set to be a terrific contest. And we'll take a look at the lineups for the respective sides. And for the home side, Paul D, no changes from him, the side that had a 2-1 victory against their local rival St George City FA last week. So in goals for them is Harrison, Devenish Schmears. The back four, Braden Sorge, Lockie Griffiths, Matthew Cordier and Giorgio Speranza, who's up against his former club. The midfield trio are Isaac Denzo, Lockie Constable and Dean Pelikanos. And then it's a front three of Brendan Chalakian, Bay Antonio on the flanks. And through the middle, last year's NPL and New South Wales Player of the Season and top scorer in Alec Urushevsky. As for the Marconi Stallions, like Rockdale, one of the pre-season fancies, they're forced into one change, with Brandon Vella coming in for the injured James Bayless. So the full lineup in goals, it's James Hilton. The back four of Brandon Vella, Nathan Milgate, Anton Lenarich and George Daniel. The midfield four, the holders, Daniel Bowman and Hiroaki Oyama. And in the wide attacking areas, a new signing in Franco Maya on the right and Dominic Costanzo on the left. And then it's a front two of Marko Jesic, the skipper, and alongside him in the number 9 jersey, keep an eye out for James Temelkovsky. As I said, 27 goals last year in the South Australian National Premier League. A Sydney boy, he's come back to make an impression on the NPL scene in New South Wales. And his battle today against Rockdale, who finished second last year. This game promises to be an absolute beauty. Rockdale, who did finish second, 6 points behind Apia. They're keen to go one better this year. Marconi have ambitions of themselves. They finished in 4th spot, only 3 points behind Rockdale, who they had a terrific season as well in season 2023. And they're determined to make a real impression. They've both got off with winning starts last week. Rockdale, as I said, against St George City FA down the road at Penshurst Park. And Marconi, they were home to the Wollongong Wolves. Both these sides had 2-1 victories in the opening round. And we're certainly looking forward to this. Our referee, in Craig Fisher, one of the more experienced NPL Men's New South Wales officials, and it will be the Marconi Stallions running from right to left in their traditional green top, white shorts and white socks, kicking us off. And Hiroaki Oyama sends it out here to Dominic Costanzo. That battle against Braden Sorge is certainly one to look out for. One of the best attacking players on the National Premier League scene in Dominic Costanzo, who featured in our NPL Men's Team of the Season last year, up against one of the best one-on-one defenders in Braden Sorge. So many good battles across the pitch. And it's an early set piece here. Rockdale with a chance to set up a set piece. And it's Bay Antonio who's come across to take this. Marconi, who have a real good reputation for their defensive work at set pieces. Can they deal with this one from Antonio? He goes short to Danzo, who clips it in towards the back post. And the flag eventually does go up. Matthew Cordier was the player coming forward from the centre of defence. Interesting adjustment from Paul D with Giorgio Speranza, a big name move in the off-season, moving across after 5 great seasons at Marconi. He and his brother Roberto, story around the pre-season. Giorgio starting on the left side of the back four today. Here is Costanzo. That battle against Sorge, much anticipated. Looks to get the ball in. Dealt with at the near post by Lockie Griffiths. Good first touch here from Chalakian, who looks to hit the feet of Urushevsky. Quickly onto him was one of the new signings for Marconi. It is a new look back four, with Anton Mlinaric eventually giving up the free kick. That battle with Urushevsky is certainly one to watch. Nice bit of combination. Chalakian getting a few touches early. Battle in the midfield. Marko Jesic comes away with it. And now George Daniel, another of the new signings, puts it into a dangerous area. And Cordier had to deal with that. I could have played back to Devenishmirs. It was impressive last week in that local derby victory against St George City FA. Cordier playing out through his keeper again. Could have played into midfield. Pelikanos, part of that new look in the midfield. Nice ball. Keeper cutting out the supply from Vela. Always an interesting facet in the early part of the season, seeing the blending of the new players. Here's Oyama now, feeding it through to Temokovsky, his first chance. And he couldn't get it beyond the Rockdale defence. But it was a good pinch in the centre of midfield from Oyama. Temokovsky getting his first look. He might get another opportunity here with Costanzo. Feeding it into Daniel. Just overran that one. The byline was too close. Good positive signs early on for the visitors, Marconi. With Daniel coming forward from left back. Oyama pinching the ball high in midfield as well. Some good attacking intent. Two teams that do love to get it forward. It's quickly taken there by Urushevsky. He finds Antonio. Making the run forward is Speranza. He goes instead to Urushevsky. Mlinaric does well to step out again. A little snapshot there, Rockdale. They got the free kick. Not for the first time. They'll look to play quickly. Back it goes from Franco Meyer. Strong challenge there from Millgate, but it's alive here through the midfield. Battle. Doing well for Marconi is Bowman. Chalakian working all the way back, but giving away the free kick. Marconi. Jesic, the skipper, was keen to take that one quickly as well. One of a couple of games with a 3 p.m. kickoff this Sunday afternoon, round 2 of the NPL Men's New South Wales. Pleasure to have your company. Tony Tanous with you here in commentary. This big round 2 match of the round. Here's Meyer with the switch of play. From one flank to the other. Costanzo quickly onto him with Sorge. Now Pelikanos. It's moved across from neighbouring St George City FA. Featured for them in their first season in the top flight last year. Did ever so well in the midfield, but he's made the move across. Alongside two youngsters who were so prominent last year in the National Premier League, in Isaac Danzo and Lockie Constable. So it's a young, dynamic midfield for the Rockdale under Paul D and Nick Stavroulakis. Got the experience, Giorgio Speranza raiding down the left. Nice bit of combination from two of those midfielders I just mentioned, as Urushevsky puts it just wide. A nice feed from Pelikanos into his feet. He only needed a second there to get it out of his feet, and his shot wasn't too far away. He certainly had James Hilton interested. A little snapshot there of the way Rockdale like to get it forward into Urushevsky quickly. 27 goals. As we said last season, Player of the Year award. One of the hottest properties in the National Premier League scene. So we've already seen in the opening 6 6 or 7 minutes here at Rockdale. A couple of chances to the much talked about Temilkovsky and Urushevsky. Here's Oyama. Hopefully that's a snapshot of what we'll see throughout the afternoon. Chances at both ends. We saw our opening match of the round last week, Apia against Blacktown City. That was a shootout. Blacktown coming away with a 6-3 victory. As Mayer comes onto the left foot, and he was aiming for Temilkovsky. Jesic was also sniffing about. So Temilkovsky scored a terrific goal last week with a lovely turn using the sole of his foot after being fed by Costanzo. Marconi had debut goals from 2 strikers, Temilkovsky, and then late on, second from Miloslav Popovic, another debutant, another new signing. And that 2-1 victory over the Wolves. Miloslav Popovic has to do with a spot on the bench this afternoon. No doubt we'll see the youngster a little bit later on. Former Ollie Roo. Take you through the respective benches for Marconi. The reserve keeper is Mackenzie Siren. We've also got Cameron Windust, a new signing from the Central Coast Mariners, as is Dylan Susovic. Miloslav Popovic, as we mentioned, one of the attacking option. They've also got the midfielder, the youngster, who's been impressive in the pre-season, Jonathan Suarez. And another youngster that comes in, another new signing from the Central Coast Mariners in Yakov Malbasa. That makes up the Marconi bench. Quite a young feel to that bench. With a couple of players out at the moment. James Bayless, who started the game last week, another signing from the Mariners. A player who was really impressive in season 2023. Fortunately for him, a shoulder injury in the first half last week as Urushevsky spotted the keeper. Had he connected, Hilton might have been in a little bit of trouble. Great vision. Fortunately for James Bayless, it is a shoulder injury. Saw him in a sling ahead of this match. Looks like a long-term injury as well. We wish him all the best in recovery. It is a blow, though, to lose somebody so early in the season. And it's not the only injury news from round 1 for the Stallions. They've lost another of their squad players in Alex Juricic. He got injured in the opening couple of minutes of the match or the under-20s match last week against the Wolves. Unfortunately, he's suffered an MCL knee injury. Saw him with the brace and the crutches ahead of this match. And that looks like another long-term injury for the Stallions. So, not the best of starts as far as squad numbers are concerned, but does give some others an opportunity. The ball falls here inside the box. It was Bowman with a good first touch. He got the shot on. Rockdale were able to get bodies in the way. Brandon Vella, the veteran of this Marconi Stallions squad, been around for over a decade now. He's the player that comes into the starting 11 today for James Bayless. He'll be up against Bay Antonio on that far side. Click on here from that aforementioned Antonio. Lenaric back in the NPL. Men's New South Wales fold after a stint overseas. We saw him a couple of seasons ago make an impression in the youth academy at Sydney FC. His partnership, he'll be playing alongside Nathan Milgate, the experienced central defender. There's been a rejuvenation from the Marconi Stallions. Perhaps with an eye towards the National Second Division. Now one of the teams set to take to the start line next year, season 2025. You can see with the manner of their recruitment, so many young players. I've mentioned those that have come across from the Central Coast Mariners. Lenarich is another one with former A-League Academy experience. But when you look right around the top of the New South Wales Men's National Premier League, you can see that the recruitment is increasingly lowering the average age of the squads. Terrific to see. So many progressive coaches who can see the bigger picture, giving young players the opportunity. And it really is a great platform, a showcase. Here's a set piece. Franco Mayer having to deal with that was Cordier. He might have some more work here against Temolkovsky. Bowman happy to go all the way back to Vella. Here's Lenarich. No Peter Sikenis in the dugout today for the Stallions. Currently in the middle of a 3-game suspension, so you'll see on the sideline the assistant coach in Peter Papoithis barking the instructions today. Great to see him out there. Marconi get forward through Franco Mayer. Looking to the back post. Costanzo was the target, but the Venishmirs so it's great to see Peter Papoithis out there. He has been public about some of the medical challenges he's been facing over the past few months, battling cancer, beating that. He's been open about it. I wish him all the best. And his message is for men over the age of 50 to make sure they get out there and get tested as the ball down that left-hand side by Antonio, looking to test Marconi. But it really is an important message. So many of our followers across the National Premier League scene. Make sure you get out there, get tested, look after the health first and foremost. Here is Griffiths. He's got Sorge on this far side, but cutting it out was Costanzo. And this is an area Marconi is so good at, the counter-attack, where they pinch the ball in the midfield, and now they go forward through Marko Jesic. Onto the left foot he goes, straight at the keeper. But a little sider again from the Stallions. Good pinch from Costanzo. On the halfway line, got to it ahead of Sorge. Here's Pelikanos. Looking to link it up with Constable. Reading it well was Mlinaric. Again, excellent defensive work that time from Sorge. Under pressure from Mlinaric, who's gone all the way high with the press. Marconi do like to do that. And that is a strong challenge on the far side by Antonio. And there's a bit going on after that. A little bit late there from Antonio, and Craig Fisher. He's going to issue the first yellow card of the match. And it does go to Bay Antonio for that late challenge on Brandon Vella. It's going to give the Stallions another of their set pieces. An area, as we have spoken about, that they're really strong at defensively, but also pose a real threat in the air. So often the target we've seen over the last couple of years for them has been Nathan Milgate, who's peeled towards the back post. Keep an eye out for him, the number 2. This one goes near towards Mlinaric. Referee just going to check on the well-being there of, looks like it might be Pelikanos, who was defending at that near post as the ball came in. Mlinaric with the header. Pelicanos back up on his feet. A couple of games, as I said, taking place with the 3 p.m. kickoff on this Sunday of round 2. I can give you an update over at the Sydney United Sports Centre. It's the visitors, the Wollongong Wolves. Simultaneous kickoff there, but the goal from Wolves coming on 17 minutes. So the Wollongong Wolves, who lost last week against the Stallions, are currently leading 1-0 against Sydney United 58. Here comes the press from the Stallions. Good win here by Costanzo, and he takes the shot on. Straight at the keeper. He got down well. But another bit of pressing there with Oyama setting the tempo. And Costanzo picking up the loose ball. Excellent press again from the visiting side. Better go back to his keeper. Was Vela. Wins it again. The Stallions come out to the right-hand side. We'll have another game starting at 4 p.m. later this afternoon, where Apia, who suffered that 6-3 loss in the opening round. The ball goes in behind Temilkovsky. Can he get to it ahead of the keeper? The keeper does well. The referee was right on the spot. Temilkovsky was trying to get on the end of that through ball. Devenish Mears was sharp. Sorge into the feet here of Constable. Oyama quickly onto him. No time in the centre of midfield. Oyama's had a terrific start to the match with his pressing, setting the tempo for the Stallions. Here he is trying to apply the pressure on Chalakian. Time for Pelicanos just to settle it down. Costanzo. Another good piece of pressing. It's going to be a Marconi throw. Sides struggling to string the passes. The pressing from the respective opponents has been excellent so far. And another example there with Danzo applying the pressure on Jesic. Again, it's a battle in midfield. The 2 number 11s this time. Oyama against Constable. And he's going to be a free kick. To Oyama. Cross was Cordier. Again, Rockdale can't keep it, and Oyama spreads the play out to this left-hand side for Costanzo. Sorge. The ball was there to be won, and he wasn't mucking around. Here is Pelicanos. Nice little give and go with Constable, but again it's the Marconi midfield working well. Bowman. And he's tripped up. Craig Fisher. Our referee for this one, just having a word there with Cordier. Into the midfield it goes. Again, Bowman. Marko Jesic has got a slightly different role this season to what we saw throughout 2023. It's a role he has played over the years. But he's wearing the number 10. He's playing in that number 10 role as a second striker. And Franco Mayer's ducked inside. One of the advantages for him. A new signing from St George City FA. He's a left footer playing on that right side. So he will play as an inverted wide man. Can cut inside onto that left foot. We saw last season with that impressive season in the top flight at St George City FA. Franco Mayer is one to watch, and there he is working back. Again, Marconi doing ever so well to block those passing lanes. Seen it from Costanzo, we saw it there from Mayer. Now Mlinaric, onto the left foot he goes. He loves that switch, that diagonal ball. He's got terrific range. And he's found Mayer, who waits for the support outside from Vella. Now Bowman. Venish Mears too close to the keeper, that one. Got it into good wide areas. The final delivery so far from the Stallions hasn't quite been up to the standards they'd like. Rudashevsky happy to play it back to Constable. Quickly in was Oyama. Fair according to the referee. No dispute from Chalakian. Marconi just happy to keep a bit of possession as Mayer now looks to hit Temelkovsky. Lockie Griffiths getting in there. Now he can play it into the midfield. Balls with the advantage of Rockdale after hitting the referee. Here is Danzo. Just happy to keep a bit of possession. Haven't had too much space in the midfield. Marconi have been ever so tight, but it's warm conditions and that pressing game. It's going to be hard to sustain for a full 90 minutes. So Marconi just happy to drop off for now. That gives Rockdale a bit of room in the midfield. Bay Antonio drops in to make the extra number. Good work from Marconi to funnel Rockdale back out through Griffiths. Sorgi's got some room. You hear the call. Braden Sorge can take it on. Excellent work from Costanzo just to work back. What a season he had for the Stallions last year. Dominic Costanzo at the other end, hitting double figures as far as goals are concerned. And he was certainly the top man as far as assists were concerned for the Marconi, but he's got some defensive work to do here. The Stallions, who were so good defending corners throughout 2023 season, can they deal with this one? They do with Vella at the near post. Happy to get their shape back. They are a possession-based side. Rockdale under the tutelage of Paul D, Nick Stavroulakis, Vedran Jaganchak. Velikanos adds a little bit more in that sense. Ball playing midfielder who had his tutelage at the Western Sydney Wanderers Academy. Here's Chalakin just dropping into that midfield. We are going to see both sides come to the sideline. Looks like we are going to have a drinks break. These, as I said, really warm conditions here at Rockdale. Just past the midway point, no score yet between these two sides. These two sides with big ambitions in season 2024. Both off to a winning start. Victory today to either of these sides. We'll see them go up to 6 points and setting the pace early on in the season. So an important game. The temperature at the moment, 27 degrees. It is a big crowd, a terrific occasion here at the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre to kick off the season. Pre-game entertainment from the cultural dancers. We've got the ice cream truck, we've got the burger truck in the concourse area. The beers are flowing. Where else would you want to be on a Sunday afternoon? Terrific crowd to kick off the season. Expecting between 3,000 and 4,000. Thanks for your company on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel, our home for season 2024. If you're enjoying the coverage already, almost at the end of round 2. That 5 games take place on Friday, and then Friday and Saturday, kicking us off on Friday with Sydney FC with a 2-0 victory over Manly United, a double from the youngster in Tiago Quintal. Keep an eye out for that name throughout season 2024. And then yesterday, 4 games and plenty of red cards around the grounds. There was a flurry of them in the game between Sutherland and Spirit over at Seymour Short. Finished 0-0. Sutherland had 2 players sent off. Spirit FC had 1 player sent off. There's another 0-0 draw here at the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. St George FC, the newly promoted side, holding Blacktown to a 0-0 draw. Terrific result for St George FC after their promotion. They suffered a first up loss to Manly on the opening day. But a good rebound from Yanni Teleski's side. As Oyama wins the ball again, feeds it into Yesic. Chance from outside the box. He saw the keeper off his line, and he knows that a better connection there might have caught Devenish Mears. Nice bit of combination. Can Chalakian get to it? Cross was Mlinaric, but the referee tried to play some advantage. There wasn't any eventuating, so he's brought it back for a Rockdale free kick. Speaking of St George, the other team from St George District, St George City FA, after their first up loss to Rockdale, rebounded yesterday with a 1-0 victory over Sydney Olympic, who unfortunately had George Timotheou sent off in the opening minute of the match. They defended ever so resolutely, did Sydney Olympic, but it was Costa Petratos who scored just before half-time. Game that St George City FA dominated. Eventually they got their success. So they're off and running. 3 points for Mirko Uril's side. Strong display yesterday. Here's Pelikanos. Ball out now on the right-hand side with Urushevsky. He can go against Mlinaric. Onto the left foot he goes. And that one might have been goal bound. Body's in the way, denying last year's top scorer. Here's Mayer. One of the late games last night over at Landon Stadium, the newly promoted Hills United, after their first up win in round 1 against Olympic. They were at home for the first time in the top flight. They played against the Western Sydney Wanderers, who came away with a 2-1 victory. A winning goal from Adam Bugaria, his first in the top flight. One to certainly watch out for. An attacking player for the Wanderers and Andrew Christensen's side. They've got off to a terrific start, perfect start to the season. Two sides will be looking to join the Wanderers on 6 points. Mayer with a terrific turn in the midfield. Later on this afternoon, Apia, as I said, there suffered that first up loss, but they get a chance to rebound at home, Leichhardt Oval. The ball comes in, Costanzo dealt with by Griffiths, and now Oyama. Up here at home to the Central Coast Mariners. Kick off at Leichhardt Oval, 4 p.m. Stick around here for all the action. We'll keep you posted on scores around the grounds. NPL men's action all the way through to 6 p.m. Sunday afternoon. Strong work here from Mlinaric. He's had a good start to the match. One of the new defenders that has come in. I mentioned that rejuvenation in the back line. Esperanza brothers in Roberto and Giorgio. Roberto currently out injured. He'll miss the first few months of the season, recovering from an ACL injury he suffered last year at the Stallions. Strong work here from Millgate. Timolkovsky just holding it up and turning well. Looks to spread the play now for Costanzo. Looking for that early release. Quite get the range you would have hoped. Update from the Sydney United Sports Centre. Still the Wollongong Wolves who lead by 1-0. Lockie Scott, the goal scorer for the Wolves in 17 minutes. Mayer comes away with it. Yama linking it up again with Mayer. Good patience here from the Stallions. Just happy to keep a bit of possession. Watching the final 10 minutes. No score yet here at the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. Between these two sides last year here, late in the season, what a contest it was, a fierce contest. Real battle. Rockdale won by 1-0. This is after they had their keeper sent off in the opening half, David Brdashevic. Winning the other game between the two sides last season by 3-1 at the Palace earlier in the campaign. Speak about the rivalry that's built up in recent times between these two sides. As I said, last year's battle in round 26 was such a fierce contest. There was so much at stake. Both the sides were chasing Apia for the first past the post title in 2023. It was a case of the winner would potentially have the right to challenge in the remaining 4 rounds, because it was a match that featured in round 26. And the loser, their season would effectively be over as far as a title push was concerned. And it was Rockdale who came away with the victory and were able to keep the pressure on Apia. So many talking points out of the match. Mayer looks to switch the play. Costanzo's the target. He's going to get to it ahead of Sorge. Good opportunity here. Costanzo's so good in the one-on-ones. Sorge really loses out in those contests. Puts the pressure on. Daniel joins. The keeper spills. The referee's going to stop the play, because there was a heavy collision. It looked like it might have been Temelkovski. He's just feeling that right shoulder. Giorgio Speranza, the other player that went up and then came down. As we promised you at the start of the match, the contest between Costanzo and Sorge will be one to watch. We're seeing that every time the ball comes this way. Here is Chalakian looking to link with Urushevsky. He does well to take the ball and then draw the challenge from Lenaric. Does give Rockdale another set piece. Both these sides very similar with their set piece conversion in season 2023. Rockdale was 17, Marconi 1 less as far as goals scored from set pieces. Chalakian's faced by a 3-man wall. Will he stand this one up to the tall timber at the back post? That's where he looks. Mlinaric with the first header. Only as far as Giorgio Speranza. He scored, as I mentioned earlier, there was a 3-1 victory to the Stallions over Rockdale back in round 11. And there's a chance now for Urushevsky. The flag has gone up. It will deny him. But it was a nice take. As that ball came in, he took it on the thigh, and he tried to turn on that. Great technician. We've seen him score some wonderful individual goals with his great technique. The other big news as far as the team sheet's concerned today, Blake Prosciutto. So welcome back to him to the New South Wales Men's National Premier League scene after 5 years over in Singapore. He is named on the bench today. For the first time, he was suspended last week. That suspension carrying over from the last game 5 years ago. So he missed out last week, but he comes in on the bench today, and that full bench for Rockdale. The reserve keeper is Ricardo Rizzo. Number 2, Daniel Collins. Number 15, one of their new signings, a goal scorer last week, in Yinka Sunmola. Number 19, Jason Kukowski. Another of their new signings, and number 23, right back in Hunter Elliott, signed from Manly. And as I said, Blake Prosciutto, we'll hopefully see him later on. What a return it is for the midfielder who was part of the Rockdale squad throughout 2016, 2017 and 2018. As Temukovsky sees the keeper off his line, we've seen a couple of players attempt long-range strikes. It is a modern trait, the goalkeepers who love to sit on their 18-yard box. Temukovsky fancying himself from inside the Marconi half. Didn't quite get it on target. Good work from Lockie Griffiths. He's really become a leader in the centre of defence. Last year we saw him alongside his ACT or Canberra colleague at the time in Nicola Oider, who's since moved on after a stellar season in the National Premier League Men's New South Wales. Moved on to Inverness Caledonian Thistle in the Scottish second tier. Great to see someone step out of the NPL scene into professional football. So much talent at this level as the ball comes across, and it was important goalkeeping by Antonio, who was looking to put it on a plate there for Urashevsky, but James Hilton had other ideas. Keeper had his angles covered. So impressive coming into the team last year. Certainly not the first choice at the beginning of the season, James Hilton. So a couple of custodians step up for the Stallions last year. Jack Gibson got himself a contract at the Western Sydney Wanderers. Hilton stepped in, did ever so well. Here's Jesic looking to combine with Oyama. Oyama now looking to feed Costanzo, covering it well. There was Cordier coming across from left centre back. Now he looks to carry the run forward. We saw that throughout the season last year. He does love to get forward. Look at Cordier go onto the right foot. He goes, Urashevsky. And it was important defending. Milgay stuck to his task, stuck to it the whole way. But kudos to Cordier, who carried his run forward after winning the ball. Does certainly offer that, even from central defence. Great option for Paul D. Disciplined work from Danzo just to slot in. Allow Cordier to carry his run forward. That's a dimension with Cordier sliding into the centre of defence. It's certainly a dimension to watch out for throughout 2024. Last year we saw him on the left side of the back four, but with Speranza coming in, that's meant to shift for Cordier. Approaching half-time here, we're about to see the Board go up from the fourth official. Marconi getting behind through. Temelkovski, he squares it across, yes. And there's the opener. Temelkovski with the assist, and Costanzo with the goal. And it's the Stallions who get the opener at a crucial time just before half-time. What a terrific start to life at the Stallions for James Temelkovski. He got one last week. Costanzo with the assist on that occasion. This time it was reverse. Temelkovski putting it on a plate for Costanzo. And he's off and running in season 2024. Marconi lead this by 1-0. This heavyweight clash, this much talked about clash. And Costanzo picks up where he left in season 2024. Nice bit of work here in the midfield. Bowman and Oyama have been influential for the Stallions. Nice touch there from Oyama. What a time to score. We saw it last night. We saw St. George City FA score through Costa Petrados just before half-time against Olympic. This has been a different game, 11 against 11, but a crucial goal at a crucial time. Marconi bit between their teeth at the moment. Now Bowman. Silence the crowd here at the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. Big crowd, as we said, is Temelkovski, showing that he's more than just a goal scorer. Moving a danger, getting him behind. And as I said, it's a reverse of what we saw last week. And that combination is certainly brewing already in the early part of the season. Costanzo and Temelkovski, two to watch out for. Nice work here from Rockdale just to spread it from side to side. Out on the left now. Quickly shut down was Antonio. They are now into stoppages. It's a chance now laid on for Sorge. He hits it well. It was goal bound. He gets another chance and he equalises. And listen to the noise here at Rockdale as one of their favourite sons, Braden Sorge. He doesn't pop up for too many. But what a bit of composure there. He had the first hit, which was blocked. He fell on the left foot. And what a way to hit back instantly. The crowd goes up here at Rockdale. And we are level. As the board goes up to indicate 2 additional minutes. Marconi having just taken the lead. Switch off momentarily, and there's the equaliser. Braden Sorge. Daniel trying to feed Costanzo. Sorge picks it up, confidence flowing. Oyama though. Going to go back to Hilton, who had to be quick off his line. Now quickly, the complexion of the game changes. Marconi had thought they might be going into the half-time break with the lead. That lead barely lasted a couple of minutes. Sorge hit back. There's Constable. Moving forward on the edge of the box. Now Bowman, can he break quickly? Nice bit of work from the midfielder. He's got a couple of options. They've got the numbers. He feeds it into Temelkovski, and he thought he'd scored, but the flag has gone up to deny the Stallions. Excellent bit of work from Bowman. He thought he'd slip Temelkovski in. Temelkovsky thought he'd given the Stallions the lead again. But the flag was up on the far side from one of the more experienced, Cameron Wright. And it remains 1-1. Suddenly this game has opened right up. We've spoken about the heat. As we approach half-time, perhaps some weary legs. That is the end. And what a finish to the half it was. Marconi certainly dominated in the early part, but Rockdale worked their way back, and then it really took off in the final 5 minutes of that half with Costanzo opening things up for the Stallions. 3 minutes later, Braden Sorge levelled it up, and that's what the score is at half-time. 1-1 between the Rockdale Ilinden side against Marconi Stallions. We're going to have a break and be back with all the second half action. Make sure you stick around on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel.
The Ricks Group, EMC Civil, Kenny Constructions, William Roberts Lawyers, AI Architecture, State Road Construction, Pino's Dolce Vita, East to West Plant Services, Walker Cranes, Audrey Australia, Boss Cuts Barbers at Bride of the Sands, Citywide Building Supplies, Dania Projects, All Prestige Body Repairs, Nikki Sushi Body at Bar Hurstville, Suncare Rockdale, Mini Masterminds, MDL Custom Broking, Dual Core Packaging, and our club suppliers, ABA Audio Visual, Kingston Smith Transport, Liquor Stacks Reesby, Son of a Baker, and Stano Australia. Can you hand over for our half-time entertainment? Enjoy. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the most important part of the day. Can I ask everyone to get off the field, please? Except for the guys that are doing some training. Rockdale players should be off the field in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. This is the inaugural Lions run, the Kahu Lions run. What does that mean? We want all the 6s, 7s, and 8s to go straight to the circle in the middle of the field. Can you do that right now? All the 6, 7, and 8-year-olds in the stadium that want to participate in the Lions run, go straight to the circle. You've got 10 seconds.
Yeah, I saw him once he was in the box, but I didn't see him in the ball. No,
over there? Here he comes. Let's have a big round of applause. Cohen the Lion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, need your help. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Oh, they're doing the same thing as well now. They're doing mistakes.
It's hot out there, but he's doing very, very well. Can they catch him? They're going to win $50.
You're always in the position, you never seen it. What have they got here?
He's still going. Somewhere underneath there, there's a winner. There you go, see a hand in the air. Well done. Well done, little man. Alright, so they're the 6 to 9-year-olds done. Will the little ones keep making way off the field to play, please? All the little 6 to 9-year-olds off the field now. Over the fence, please. Now the 10-year plus. Anyone who's 10 years older, no adults, to the semicircle, please. With the 10 to 12-year-olds, really, but 10 years plus, here they go. I think our line's going to have his work cut out for him getting away from this group. There's some running repairs to Kahu, the line. He's lost the tail. 10 to 12-year-olds in the semicircle, please. Inside the semicircle, guys. Simple instructions.
Technically, no. And Marconi will do it. Because no one can see either way being away.
Yeah, for this round, I think Kahu, the Lions, got to need a lot of encouragement. Can we have some clapping from the stands, please? Go on.
Yeah, I think
There we go.
we're lucky as well. I just think, where we
This one isn't going to be as easy for us to run away.
But, you can see we've got it. I don't think goal offside, I don't know. Can't tell.
Okay.
Thought he held his run off well.
Is he over there? Is he over there?
We're just down.
Is he there?
Witnessing now.
Go!
Who's willing to give that to the main line.
He's the fastest man at the club. Mate, to wear that on a hot day like today, you'd want it. I'm sure kids got this mate does.
Some underneath that wash bit. There's a Lion. And one happy winner of $50. What a big round of applause for all of our participants in the Taste the Lion halftime entertainment. Alright, can we have all the little kids off the field now, please? All little kids off the field to play, please. We'll shortly be starting with the second half in today's main game. Once again, I want to acknowledge our major partners here, Rockdale Ilinden. Our major sponsors, MKD Transport, committed to reliability. Our gold partners, Superbird, Marco Polo Foods, Fine Foods from across the sea. Simico partners, for your taxation and advisory services. Langan Simmons St George. Our silver sponsors, the Zenith Group, Chemist Hub Pharmacy, Bay Street, Rockdale, Di Lorenzo Tiles, Tempe Tyres, the Cityview Group, Consolidated Office Choice Cobra, the Vortex Group, Swift Air, Chinese Cocktails, the Ricks Group, EMC Civil, Penny Constructions, William Roberts Lawyers, AI Architecture, State Road Constructions, MDL Custom Brokerage, Pino's Dolce Vita Fine Goods, East to West Plant Services, Morgan Cranes, Forgery Australia, Boss Cuts Barbers at Ryan on the Sand, Sydney White Building Supplies, Dania Projects, All Prestige Body Repairs, Mickey Sushi Bar Hurstville, Suncare Rockdale, Mini Masterminds Early Learning Childcare, Dual Course Packaging, our top suppliers, ABA's Audio Visual, Gifted Skip Transport, Stano Australia 2024 Apparel Partner, Liquor Stacks Freesby, and Son of a Baker Bakeries. I want to acknowledge some of our special guests here today. A state member for Heffron, the Honourable Ron Honey, Councillor Bill Saranovsky, Mayor of Bayside Council, former member of MLC Shaket Mussolini, and we have late apologies from the Premier, the Honourable Chris Means, Minister for Sport, the Honourable Steve Campo, and the member for Rockdale.
And it is a welcome back to this round 2 match of the round in the NPL Men's New South Wales. Rockdale Ilinden versus the Marconi Stallions at the break. Coming into the second half, it's 1-1 between these two sides. A game that really lit up in the last 5 minutes. A terrific contest. Marconi probably feel they shaded it throughout. They took the lead through Dominic Costanzo, a lead they probably felt they deserved, but it was Sorge who hit back on 45 minutes to make it 1-1. That player we mentioned in the first half, making his return after 5 years away in Singapore, Blake Grasciuto. He is back and back on the pitch for the Rockdale Ilinden side. He's a half-time replacement, wearing the number 22 jersey. Terrific to see him back. Former Rockdale favourite, Blake Grasciuto. He's on in the midfield for Lockie Constable, so that's the change. A like-for-like swap in the midfield, trying to perhaps get a little bit more control. Ayama and Bowman, who was so dominant throughout large parts of that first half, with Jesic also dropping off. So tactically, it looks like Paul D, Nick Stavroulakis are trying to shift the balance a bit, bringing Grasciuto on. He's had 5 years over in Singapore. Had a couple of clubs in Brunei, DPMM, FC. And also Tanjong Pagar United. And a couple of clubs that he played at. Just the right time to come back. Chatting to him ahead of the match. He's delighted to be back. And he certainly can see that the levels have lifted in the 5 years that he's been absent. We reflected upon the gap between NPL and A-League. Here he is getting his first involvement, winning a free kick. So good to see him back on the NPL men's New South Wales scene is Blake Rashudo. He reflected upon the increase in professionalism in the National Premier League scene. He's been really impressed by what he's seen. He was watching from afar. Now he's back. And Rockdale will be hoping that his influence is big in the centre of that midfield. Griffith's got his keeper available. Deveni Schmears. Not much he could do about the only goal from Marconi, which came from Costanzo after some excellent work down the right to Makovsky, who pinched the ball off Giorgio Speranza. Bared into the 18-yard box, kept his composure and put it on the plate for Costanzo. Here's Dunzo dancing forward into the midfield. Now turning on it is Urushevsky. Fella does well just to hold his ground. But Marconi can't keep it. And Rockdale have made a good start to this second half. There's the team looking to put the pressure on and perhaps get a bit more control than they had in the first half. Pelikanos plays it into Chalakian. Strong work from Milgate, and now Franco Mayer. Costanzo coming across. Here's Rashudo. Chance to look at him up close. Nice touch into the feet there of Antonio. Here is Danzo making better here from Rockdale. Now Rashudo's got a bit of space. Tries the reverse ball, but he's happy to keep it in the end. Out now through Pelikanos, looking to stand it up to the back post. A couple of Rockdale players climbing. One of them was Urushevsky. Now Danzo. Positive signs again here from Rockdale. Applying the pressure to start the second half. Rashudo quickly shut down by Oyama, but turning onto it. Here is Cordier. Now over the top from Pelikanos. You could see the idea. The thumbs up came from Urushevsky. He liked the intent. Player who does love to play off the shoulder of the final defender. Always looking to get him behind. Jesic. Excellent work to hold it up. But he couldn't link it up with a teammate. Nice ball in behind. Urushevsky now looking to go to work. The flag's going to deny him. It was a nice ball from Antonio. But Marconi held their line well. Mentioned 3 games taking place this Sunday afternoon to round out round 2. We're off and running in season 2024, all 240 games on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. We're not far away from the start of the Women's National Premier League season as well. Plenty of news around that. As Jesic locks the line one up from just outside the 18-yard box. Good opportunity there. Nice work again from the Stallions to pinch it high. All the news, of course, NPL newsouthwales.com.au. That's the spot. And like in the men's, all the women's top flight matches will be live streamed on Football New South Wales YouTube. As Urushevsky looks to play this one across the face. Chalakian was the target. Rashudo's going to work in the middle. Judge to have used his arm to try and control that. We'll have our sportscast crew around the grounds as usual. Season 2024.
It's a yellow card.
And our media team, which features our team of commentators, our reporters. We've got Mickey Brock out here chronicling this one. Brett Nielsen's the photographer. Send our photographers around the grounds, capture all the great images. Team do an amazing job pulling together the coverage. Led by Mark Stavroulakis and the team at Football New South Wales. Pleasure as always to bring you Match of the Round coverage. Tony Tanous with you live from Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. Make sure as well that you do jump on our socials, our Instagram live stories throughout the season. Feature that we introduced last year with the Match of the Round coverage. Got Sam Yerman, Henley Warner out and around at the grounds. Jude Dolan joining us as a guest today. Make sure you jump on Instagram and catch up on all the live updates both today and throughout the season. Almost had 10 minutes here at the start of the second half. No change to the half-time score, 1-1. Rockdale showing intent. They made the change at half-time. No hesitation in bringing on Blake Rashudo. Try and wrestle a bit more control in the midfield. A midfield which this young man in Bowman, along with Hiro Oyama, controlled in the first half. And this is excellent now from the Stallions. They've got Vella in behind. Can he find the target? Of course he can. It's Temilkovsky who gets his second of the season. And that was Vella putting it on a platter. An excellent raid down the right-hand side. And the Stallions, who saw their lead pegged back at the end of the first half. And Temilkovsky comes back to the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre and bags himself a goal. Did spend some time here a few years back. And he's got himself an assist and now a goal today. And he is off and running. One of the top scorers across the National Premier League scene in season 2023. And plenty of hype and talk around his contribution in 2024. And he is certainly grabbing some early headlines. Here's the man they call JT. Excellent raid, as I said, down the right-hand side with Vella getting forward. And this man, Jesic, involved. So much of the good things that Marconi do come through Jesic. And again, they'll feel that their domination or their control of large parts of the first half, they'll feel that their lead or their current lead is justified. Good header there from Griffiths. Chalakian over the top for Urushevsky, trying to isolate Mladic. Waits for the support. It comes from Antoniou, and he was tripped up there from Vella. The referee had no choice but to pull out the yellow card. Vella, who got himself an assist minutes ago, now goes into the book. Here's a set piece. Chalakian's over this one. Keeper happy to let that one run through. Plenty of talk around the potential of a shootout between Urushevsky and Temilkovsky at the moment. It is certainly the Marconi striker, and here he is on the ball again, spreading the play out to Franco Mayer. Temilkovsky's got an assist. He's got himself a goal. As Vela gets forward again, can he find a delivery? Cut out at the near post, this time from Courtier. Nice turn from Antonio. Quickly shut down though. Rockdale, who felt they started the second half on a positive note, have been set back by Marconi hitting the lead for the second time. Here is Courtier. Urushevsky just dropping into those wide pockets, which we know he loves to do. Trying to set up the play and get Giorgio Speranza forward. Speranza, as I said, he scored in the corresponding match, the opening half of season 2023, but he scored for the other side in Marconi. A 3-1 win at the Palace on that occasion to Marconi. Jesic looking to influence again. Bowman getting forward out of midfield. This time it's out on this right-hand side again through Mayer. Looking to return the favour to Jesic, but Swords reading that switch of play. Good turn here from Chalakian. Rockdale hitting back 3 minutes after the opener. They'll look to hit back quickly here. We saw last week's opening match of the round, plenty of goals in that one, 9 in total. And the heat today is no doubt going to sap the energy. Rockdale have already made the one change and they're thinking about a second now. Looks like they might be introducing a couple of changes here. They've got Yinka Sunmola getting ready, one of their strikers, new signing, and they've also called over Daniel Collins. But we'll wait for this set piece. Chalakian takes it. The keeper comes, he punches. Good work on the edge of the box from Mayer. Speranza, was he tripped up? Yes, he was. It's going to be another good set piece opportunity here, perhaps in shooting range. Speranza winning the ball just outside the 18-yard box, carrying his run forward, and he was tripped up. Franco Mayer may have been the player that's given that away, so it's going to be Chalakian or Pelikanos. They're the two players interested in this. The new player, the new signing in Pelikanos, he's taken the reins here. He can certainly pack a punch from long distance. James Hilton just organising a four-man wall. Can Pelikanos find a slither of space around the wall? He goes over the top, straight at the keeper. And it remains 2-1 to the Stallions. Just past the hour mark. Here is Jesic. Again looking to link it up with Temilkovsky. Bowman's just peeled into the left-hand pocket and combines now with Costanzo. Can he find his delivery? Cut out by Lockie Griffiths. Shooter trying to press Oyama. Turned over by the Stallions. Just past the hour mark, as I said, perhaps. Players starting to tire. It is such a warm afternoon. Important touch there from Sorge just to get to it ahead of Costanzo. In comes a delivery, great ball, and there's Rashudo. Was it cleared off the line? Play on's the call. Rockdale thought that equalised. Was that fella on the line? Great delivery from that right-hand side. Rockdale still on here. Through Isaac Danzo. Millgate with the block. Rashudo, what a welcome back that would have been. Somehow, the clearance off the line. Here comes Rashudo. Can he create something else here? Rashudo still going. Some good touches. That touch that he thought was headed for the back of the net. And what a story that would have been upon his return after 5 years away in Singapore. Here is Giorgio Speranza. Now Pelikanos doesn't mind lining him up from long range. That was good pressure. We're going to see a flurry of changes here. 2 for Rockdale and 1 for the Stallions. Sunmola and Collins, the players that are going to come on. Giorgio Esperanza is one of those coming off. And the other one is Bay Antonio. And then for the Stallions, it's Popovic who comes on, and Franco Mayer who makes way for him. So that's going to see a little bit of a adjustment. We'll keep an eye out on where the players pop up. Popovic is a striker. We'll see if he plays on the right as a like-for-like swap, or if he moves into that front two alongside Temukovsky. Marconi happy with the current status. Looks like Popovic will be out on the right-hand side. And Sunmola, he's come on. And that's seen Chalakian move over to the left. And Sunmola, who came on for Bay Antonio, he's gone over to that right-hand side. What about that clearance from the Stallions? Looked goal-bound. It looked a definite equaliser. Somehow, Marconi able to clear. Terrific piece of defending. How crucial could that play be in the wash-up here? This round 2 match, the winner with a chance to go equal top on 6 points. Make it a perfect start to the season. At the moment, it is the Stallions with that 2-1 lead. So Daniel Collins, who came on for Giorgio Esperanza, that's seen him slide into the centre of defence alongside Lockie Griffiths. Here's Chalakian. So that sees Courtier move on to the left-hand side. Terrific option for Paul D to move a player out of central defence onto the left-hand side with Courtier's forward thrust. As Rashudo dances on the edge of the 18-yard box. This is positive here from Rockdale. So close to levelling it up. Sorge, that battle with Costanzo. This time Costanzo doing the defensive work. That's been box office on that side between those two. Every time it goes near them, it's a battle royale. Happy to go all the way back to Devinish Mears. Nothing he could do about the 2 goals. They've both been comfortable tap-ins after balls from the right-hand side. This is good work again from Costanzo. He's already got himself an assist this season, a goal today. Here he is driving forward, asking the question of Rockdale's defence. He posed the question about Apia and whether they might rebound after last week. 6-3 loss to Blacktown City. Well, they've got off to a perfect start. 2 goals in the opening 20 minutes against the Central Coast Mariners. I called the game last week against Blacktown at Landon Stadium. They were excellent. Apia in the first 15-20 minutes. Probably had 2 or 3 chances, not efficient enough. Only scored 1. Once Blacktown got going, they built a momentum that Apia couldn't stop. So today it's a different story. In fact, it looks like they might have just scored their 3rd. And the Central Coast Mariners on the end of a rebound from Apia, last year's title winners. Keep you posted on progress there. 1-0 it remains to the Wolves over Sydney United and Marconi. They have a set piece. Chance for Oyama to whip it into a dangerous area. Comfortable for the keeper. That's silly from Popovic. He's going to go into the book there. Trying to put the pressure on the keeper, make it difficult for him to release. But all he's done is go down with an injury, and he's gone into the book as well. So he joins Brandon Vella. His players booked for the Stallions. Here is Collins, feeding Courtier. As I said, release from central defence to the left back. Now Chalakian can't get past the second in Bowman. What about the turn there from Oyama? Superb technique. And he dances forward and can slide it in behind for Temelkovsky. He goes 1-on-1 against Griffiths, slides it across just behind Jesic, who had to retrieve. Oyama's back involved, looking to tee it up for Costanzo. Marconi have got a real threat about them in the front third. Probably didn't quite execute as they would have liked in that first period. They've got the second at the start of the second half. They're looking for their 3rd to give them a 2-goal buffer. And that's another bookable offence. This time, Courtier and Rockdale look like they're going to go to their bench yet again. You do get 3 opportunities to make changes. You get an extra one at half-time. They took the advantage of bringing on Rashuda at half-time, so this is the 2nd of the opportunities. The referee waves to both, or points to both benches, and that means it's an opportunity to take a drinks break midway through the second half. Still so warm here. The temperature has only dropped to 26 degrees. The sun's still out, very strong. Started at 27 degrees. So still very warm conditions, and you sense in the remaining quarter of this match, the remaining 20 or so minutes, that might make an impact. Tiring legs. We are going to see one of the youngsters, Jason Kukovsky, come on. And he's going to come on for the midfielder in Pelikanos. So that's an attacking change. Jason Kukovsky, the number 19 for Rockdale. And that looks like a slight tactical adjustment as well with Brendan Chalakian, who moved out onto the left when Sunmola came on. Well, he's going to slide in behind Alek Urushevsky, a position that we saw throughout last season. And they're going to play 3 behind Urushevsky. And they're going to play 2 in the midfield with Rashudo and Danzo, as Popovic looks to stand this one up to the back post. Costanzo with the knockdown, looking for Temelkovsky. And now edge of the box, Bowman! And it was a great save. He had Devenish Mears diving to his right. It was a great take there from Bowman. First time on the left foot. He's had a terrific afternoon, the central midfielder. And he forced a save from Devenish Mears. It's a corner here for the Stallions. Millgate at the back post. That's where they look to go. Millgate climbs and Devenish Mears. He had to get a touch. Millgate's always going to put himself on the line. He's going to attack those in the air. And you've got to have some courage as a keeper. And Devenish Mears showed that there after a terrific save. Forward from Collins. Now Dunzel. Sorge with a little bit of space. Now Sunmola. Good defending. Excellent work from the youngster on that far side. And George Daniel is doing well as a left back. Many thought when Marconi signed Franco Mayer that he would be the automatic choice at left back, but George Daniel started the season ever so well after moving across from the Mariners. The youngster who impressed we'll have a number of signings for Marconi from the Central Coast. Cameron Windust, as we mentioned. Another one of those on the bench, Dylan Susovic, Yakov Malbasa, 3 options available for Marconi. As we go into the final 15 minutes as Costanzo can't get it beyond the keeper. No change to the score at the Sydney United Sports Centre. Wollongong Wolves continue to lead through a first half goal from Lachlan Scott. Apia 30 minutes into their clash against the Mariners. 3 goals in the opening 25 minutes. It's been quite the response so far to last week's shock 6-3 loss to Blacktown City. Here is Dunzel. Into the feet they go. Kokovsky it is. Working back was Bowman. He's been one of Marconi's best. He and Oyama in that centre of midfield continue to do the work. But Rashudo now feeds Urushevsky. Urushevsky quickly shut down by 2 Marconi players. Norwich and Millgate were right onto him. Popovic, a former Olyroos under-23 representative for the national team. Player who spent plenty of time in a number of different European countries. Like Rashudo back on the Australian scene. Rashudo influencing there. The appeals come and the referee points to the spot. There's Rashudo back in the New South Wales National Premier League scene and winning a penalty with his forward drive out of midfield. The referee was there right on the edge of the spot. He pointed to the spot and Rockdale now have a chance to equalise. Rashudo winning the penalty. And Urushevsky's the man who's got the ball in his hands. Good drive out of midfield. He's shown his threat since coming on at half-time. And what an influence to win that penalty. And Urushevsky last year's... Well, he won everything, didn't he, last year? Alek Urushevsky. Standout player. Golden Boot. With 27 goals, the Player of the Season award And he's got an important spot kick here to score his first of the season, but also to level it up for Rockdale. Urushevsky! And the crowd tell you the story here. Rockdale are back in it. Urushevsky's off and running in season 2024 after Rishudo won the penalty. Another of their favourite sons has stepped up and punched it past Hilton. And we're level again. Rockdale not for the first time, coming from behind. 2-2 it is here at Ilinden. What a grandstand finish we've got for you. I said that there might be some tiring legs with the heat that we've had. It's early part of the season, players still building their fitness. And this has been a heavyweight showdown, a terrific contest. Hope you are enjoying it. Wherever you're watching, whether it's around Australia, around the world, live on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Tony Tanous with you here. Which way will this one go? Marconi twice now have taken the lead. The Rockdale have fought their way back. Two teams that have been spoken about as real title contenders. And they're putting on quite a classic. In it comes. Costanzo standing it up to Millgate. Sunmola. Fresh legs. Player who's spent plenty of time coming through the various A-League academies. And called his debut for the Mount Druitt Town Rangers some 5 years ago. Since then he's been around all the A-League academies, Sydney FC, West Sydney Wanderers and Central Coast Mariners. He finds himself here at Rockdale, getting the opportunity under Paul D. Nick Stavroulakis, he scored a crucial goal last week, which turned out to be the winning goal. Sunmola. Is there going to be another story, another twist? It's Temukovsky who dropped off from an offside position there. Ami Hasnani on this near side. Right on the spot as Sorge ventures forward. Costanzo might be able to create something. In fact, he gives it back up. And Rockdale can come again. Can give you an update from the Sydney United Sports Centre. The home side, the Zhelko Kalats, they've hit back. 1-1 it is between Sydney United 58 and the Wolves. 10 minutes remaining there. Some terrific action to round out the second round of the NPL Men's New South Wales. Nice touch from Rishudo. They find the feet here of Urushevsky. He can go to work inside the box. Urushevsky blazes over. Looked like he'd done the hard work. He's certainly frustrated. He's got the confidence now of hitting the back of the net from the penalty spot. That occasion, he couldn't keep his shot down. Starting to see a few tiring legs in that midfield for the Stallions. Bowman sucking in the deep ones right now. He's had a terrific afternoon, but such a hot afternoon. Nice turn here from Chalakian, starting to find a bit more room. Other Rockdale midfielders. Chalakian, good work from Lenaric there. Just to step up and cut it out. Popovic does well to hold the play up. And there's going to be another yellow card, this time Isaac Danso. Not the first Rockdale player booked. Is there going to be some late drama? Is there going to be a late twist, a late winner? So often we see it. This game has ebbed and flowed. Marconi will feel they've been on top for large parts, but Rockdale feel really good about the way they've rebounded in the second half. Lenaric it is. Picks up the ball. And now Rockdale can look to counter-attack after he gives it up in midfield. Here's Urushevsky, just in behind Sunmola. Now Sorge joins. He's Rishudo, so influential on his return to Rockdale. Sorge keeps his calm. Rockdale can keep the pressure on. Through Danso. Into the feet of Rishudo. He tries to go one-on-one against Mlinaric. And Millgate helping out his central defensive partner. The Rockdale chant goes up. The home fans have packed the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre this festive occasion, their first home match of the season. They've turned up in droves. It's been a terrific contest so far. And now it's a chance. Sorge couldn't keep his shot down. We saw him do exactly that in the opening half with the equaliser just before the break. At that time, couldn't keep his shot down. Nice turn here from Cordier. He's got a bit of space now, Chalakian. Goes past Oyama, and here's Rishudo, adding another layer through the midfield. Popovic having to work all the way back. Came off the bench last week. He scored the winning goal for the Stallions in that 2-1 victory over the Wolves. Can he do the same? Stallions have been on the back foot since that equaliser. Struggle to get out of their half. Rockdale keeping the pressure on. Here's Cordier. Danso looking fresh. Rishudo. Good work from Temelkovsky. The referee was right on the spot. He says that he got a piece of the ball. Good work from the striker to work all the way back. And now Marconi need to try and keep it. And they do that. They win a free kick. Costanzo doing well. And that's been a terrific contest. You have to say probably honours even at the moment. Costanzo got an assist. Got a goal, rather, in the opening half. Sorge hit back immediately. So 1-1 between that pair. Temelkovsky and Urushevsky. It's the same story in the shootout between those two strikers. They've got one apiece. Is there going to be a late headline grabber? We approach the final 5 minutes here at the Rockdale Ilinden Sports Centre. This heavyweight early season battle. In it comes from Costanzo. Good work there from Daniel Collins, who joined during the transfer window. Moved from Blacktown City to Rockdale. He's had to make do with the spot on the bench the opening 2 rounds, but he's got a crucial role against Temelkovsky in the remaining minutes here. Still full of running, the young left back in George Daniel. Getting himself into an advanced area. Here's Oyama. Now it's Millgate. Fellas pressed by Kukovsky. He's working back. Fresh legs off the bench, applying the squeeze. But Marconi have done well. They've just absorbed a good 5-10 minutes of pressure. They're trying to build a bit of late momentum themselves. They've got a set piece. Costanzo's the player interested in this one. The referee's going to make him take it from the spot where the foul was committed. Costanzo's already got himself a goal. Oyama's also over this one. It's a long way out. What are the Stallions going to do here? Costanzo's lining it up. He's going to go for the knuckle. Ball hit from long range. And he's going to have another chance. Takes the snapshot straight at the keeper. Good work here from Vela. Although the referee judged that he did use his arms to control that. Just got to be careful. Nothing silly here from Vela. He's on a yellow card. Approaching the final couple of minutes of regulation time, and then whatever additional time our officials add on. Here's Rashudo. Certainly Rockdale fans will be pleased with his contribution on his return. Winning the penalty, that could mean they come away from this with a crucial point. Still time, still possibly a twist or two left in this match with the heat that we've had, tiring legs. Don't count on this being the final score just yet. Millgate can't get it beyond the Rockdale midfield. Rockdale putting the pressure on. They're the home side. They're trying to finish the stronger of the two. Here's Vela looking for an option. Happy to play it short to Jesic. He's quickly shut down by Danso. Danso now looking to slide it through to Urushevsky. And the keeper communicated well there with Lenaric. Did James Hilton. Was quick off his line. Chance to give you a quick update around the grounds. Wollongong have hit the lead again at the Sydney United Sports Centre. Late in that one as Sunmola looks to forage forward down the right. Keep an eye on our fourth official who'll indicate some additional time shortly. Here is Danso. Now Sunmola out on that right-hand side to Sorge. Chance again for Sunmola. Can he be the hero yet again after last week's winning goal? Here's Gakowski into a dangerous area. Great chance! And can you believe that? It was Urushevsky who got to it first, and you thought it was next stop back of the net, but somehow his header went wide, and it remains 2-2 here at Rockdale. A great chance to the top marksman. A great ball from the left-hand side. Gakowski it was. Great shape on that left foot. Marconi are going to bring on a youngster, one of those new additions in Yakov Malbasa. It is going to be Jesic. In fact, it might be Temokovsky. They might make a couple of late changes here. They're going to bring on Jonathan Suarez in the midfield. The player has really impressed in the centre of midfield in the pre-season. So he comes on for Bowman. And Malbasa comes on for Telmokovsky. And our fourth official in Ethan Zvargulis, he indicates that there's an additional 4 minutes of additional time. Can one of the freshmen for Marconi be the hero? Malbasa making his debut. And here he is leading the front line now. Sorge keeps his composure. Suarez too, a debut for him. As I said, terrific throughout the pre-season, the number 25 central midfielder, and there he is applying the squeeze on Sunmola. His job's to go out there with the fresh legs and apply the pressure. Popovic not able to keep it for the Stallions. Now Chalakian. Out through Danzo. Here is Popovic. Clearance comes from Millgate. Battle here between Griffiths and Malbasa, working back was Collins. Deep into stoppages we go. Is there going to be some late drama? Rashudo feeds Chalakian. Millgate gives away the free kick. Switch of play comes from Collins. What a contest it's been. Two of the much spoken about heavyweights ahead of the season 2024. Two of the pre-season fancies, and they've certainly delivered on the hype. Front men have got a goal each. 27 apiece last year for Timolkovsky and Urushevsky in their respective leagues. And they've got one each today. But is there going to be some late drama? Urushevsky, we've seen him miss a golden chance to win it. Is he going to get another opportunity? Chalakian trying to feed him. And that one goes begging. Can't be long to go now. Referee Craig Fisher having a look at his watch. Contest here between Rashudo and Suarez. Malbassa back to Jesic. Is there a chance late on here for Marconi to play one into the forward line? Popovic, last week's hero. Can he do the business here? Griffith steps up and steps out. Quickly onto it, though, was Oyama. And look at the run here from Oyama. Wonderful work. Malbassa, what a save. Devenish Mears with an outstanding save late on to keep it at 2-2. The run came from Oyama. He fed the youngster in Malbassa, and it looked like next stop back of the net. But somehow, Harrison Devenish Mears has produced a wonderful point-blank stop to keep it at 2-2. That was something special. The run from Oyama and the save from Devenish Mears was even better. What about the drama here late on as the referee brings an end to a pulsating clash between two of the heavyweights? And you can see the reaction from both sets of players. They're down on their haunches. It's been a warm one, but a hot contest on the pitch. It's finished 2-2. Twice Marconi took the lead late in the first half. And then through in the second half, and twice Rockdale have been able to peg them back. And late on, it was Devenish Mears who denied Malbassa what would have been the winning goal. At the other end, Rockdale had their chances too. A glorious one to Alek Urushevsky. And it's been that kind of afternoon, a terrific heavyweight clash between two teams who hope to have a big say in season 2024. And they've shown that here with the pulsating contest, which finishes 2-2. It's been a pleasure to have your company on the Football New South Wales Facebook page. Tony Tanous wrapping up the contest. And at full time, it's finished 2-2 between Rockdale Ilinden and the Marconi Stallions.